Where am I? Booktube, you say? Why, but it has been so long since last I booktubed, I've almost forgotten what it looks like. Hey there, bookish friends, my name's Gabby and thanks for stopping by my channel Lefty Reads. It has been so long since I have filmed a video. I did not film a single video during my spring semester, but now my spring semester's over, it's summer vacation, and I am free to be nerdy. I figured I'd jump right back into the booktubing world with a simple, easy video and just kind of talk about what I plan to read this summer now that I have time to read and to love books and just, oh, I'm so excited. Throughout my whole spring semester, I kept wanting to read, but I just didn't have the time or the energy, and now I'm just a reading machine. There are a ton of books that I really want to read over the next few months, but I'm just gonna tell you the ones I like for sure want to get to. Right now, I'm currently in the process of reading King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This is the third book in the Red Queen series, and I'm almost halfway through. I'm like 200 pages in. I actually read Glass Sword already over the summer. That was on my TBR for a very long time, and so now I'm cracking into the third book. I also want to read It over the break. This is gonna be a project. That's a lot of pages. 1,152 pages of book. I'm into it. I'm into big books. So this is gonna be a project. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna read this. I really want to do it this summer. With the new movie coming out, that looks fantastic. I haven't seen the original movie, but the new one coming out looks really good. I have a friend actually who really wanted me to read this, so I will get it done this summer. I will. Then I have on my list Always and Forever Lara Jean by Jenny Han. This is the third book in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, as you probably know, and it's smaller than I expected, but I'm still heckin' excited. It's getting harder and harder to put off because I really want to read it. Then on my list, I have A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I did it. I bought it. I kept saying I would buy it when it came out in paperback, and then I did. This is the sequel to friggin' A Court of Thorns and Roses. You all know this. You know what this is. Everybody friggin' knows what this book is, and I guess I'm gonna try to read it this summer. I'm like begrudgingly doing it because the little hipster in me is like, everybody loves this book too much, don't do it. But I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon. The bandwagon shall be hopped upon. Also on my TBR are a few books that have not been released yet, one of which is my most anticipated release of the freaking year, okay? And it's coming out in only a few days. Once and For All by Sarah Desson. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. I freaking love Sarah Desson. She is everything to me, and honestly this book just sounds really good. It's about wedding planning. It's a friggin' cute contemporary, and to be honest, I don't even remember exactly what it's about, but I know it's gonna have a friggin' cute romance, and it's gonna have great characters because it's Sarah Desson, and it's gonna be a perfect summer read, and it's gonna be everything I hope for and more, okay? Sarah Desson, don't let me down on this one. I know you won't, girl. The next one is literally like my second most anticipated release of the year. That is Now I Rise by Kiersten White. This is the sequel to And I Darken, which if you've watched my channel at all, you know I freaking adore that book. Like, it is so intense and so wonderful, and I can't wait for the sequel. I feel like I've been waiting for this sequel my entire life, when in reality it's only been like a year. But holy frickle frackle on a stickle stackle, am I ready for this book to be released and to be in my possession and to be in my brain. And finally on my list for books I haven't read yet is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I really was super into Lisa Maxwell's book Unhooked, which is a Peter Pan retelling, and so like after that I was like, I will read anything that she puts out. And the cover of this book is just gorgeous. I'm not 100% sure what it's about because I try not to read too much of the summary. I try to just get an idea of what it's about, and I know that this has magic and thieves and New York City, okay? That sounds like an amazing combination. I'm ready. I am ready. I actually have an e-arc of this from Edelweiss, and I'm so excited to start. It comes out July 18th. and you should just buy it. Just buy it. Trust me, buy it. I've not read it yet, but just go get it when it comes out. And this summer I also just have a whole slew of books I want to reread because I love them so much. The first of which is the first 2 books in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series by Jenny Han. So To All the Boys I've Loved Before and P.S. I Still Love You. I am 12 pages into the first book and I'm already in love with it again. The second time around, it's still just so freaking good and I'm only 12 pages in, okay? I'm just so excited to reread these and then finally move on to Always and Forever Laura Jean. Another book I want to reread is Pushing the Limits by Katie Mcgarry. This is another contemporary book. It's about 2 people who come from like opposite sides of the track and they both have dark secrets and they fall in love and it's beautiful. This has been one of my favorite contemporary books and one of my favorite contemporary authors for a very long time, and I'm just really excited to reread it. And if I don't reread it this summer, I'm gonna be really disappointed in myself because honestly, I miss Noah and Echo. They're such a cute little couple. And another contemporary that I would like to reread is Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen, my queen. We've gone over this. You know my feelings on Sarah Dessen. This is her most recent release except for Once and For All coming up. I like this one a lot. I think that her writing has always been amazing, but it developed so much and I just need to experience this one again. I really, really do. The final contemporary that I have on this list that I want to reread is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I actually read this last winter break and it completely stole my heart. Morgan Matson is incredible. I've now read all of her books, but this is the first one I read by her and she's just freaking amazing. You probably know what this is about because it's Morgan Matson, it's everywhere, but it's about this girl who has really bad social anxiety, but she thought that her friend kind of made her blossom and made her feel more comfortable in social settings, but then that friend mysteriously moves away and she's kind of left on her own. But she finds this list that her friend left with all these tasks that she'd never do on her own usually, and she thinks that completing this list is going to lead her back to her friend. So then she embarks on this journey trying to complete all these tasks, makes new friends along the way, and just grows, and it's so good. There's so many different friendship dynamics displayed and it's beautiful. It's so relatable for me, especially as a person with social anxiety and who has been in both really wonderful and really toxic friendships. It's gonna be great. I think it's going to be fantastic to read it during the summer. I just know that I am going to love it just as much the second time around as I did the first. And the last books that I have on my list that I would like to for sure reread this summer is the remainder of the Vampire Academy series that I have not yet reread, which is Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, missing the dust jacket, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice, all by Rochelle Mead. This is, in fact, my favorite book series of all time, and I've already reread the first 2. They were fantastic still. I'm over 200 pages into this one, and I'm still loving the series, but this has taken a back seat to some newer books. Since it's been a few years since I last reread these books, I was so worried that I wasn't going to love them as much, but that's not an issue. Luckily, I have been just as enchanted by the characters and the world. I've noticed some things that I'm not as in love with, some things in terms of writing and in terms of how the characters behave that I don't love as much, but overall I'm so in love with this series. Oh my gosh, I don't think that I've actually shown this on my booktube channel yet because I haven't been booktubing, but I got a Molniha mark, or Molniha, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced, but I got the Molniha mark tattooed behind my ear, and people ask me all the time what it's from or what it means, and I say it's from my favorite book series. So I think that shows a lot about how much this book series has influenced me. Like I said, favorite book series of all time, and I need to finish my reread because it has been so long since I reread the series, and I have reread them multiple times, but now I'm just really excited and I just want to crack open Shadow Kiss right now and keep reading it, but I won't. That is it for my summer TBR. Let's see, let me stack all these. These are, yep, that's the way it goes, man, that's the way it goes. Now those all just tumbled. It's fine. Everything is awesome. It's actually a lot. That's 16 books over the course of 3 months that I for sure want to read. There are some other ones that I know I want to read too, but I just didn't include them for the sake of time and because I'm not as passionate about reading them as I am these books that I've already listed. It's gonna be a good summer. A lot of these are gonna be so good to read by the pool, and I'm excited as heck for that. It's gonna be a good summer. I'm gonna have some really great books to read. Wow. I'm excited. This is going to be a good summer. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment what books you're going to be reading this summer, or if you've read some of these, tell me which ones are your favorites because I want to know. Let's chat books. If you want to stay updated on when and what I post, click subscribe. And yeah, that's that. Wow. I finished filming my first video back into the booktube world. Go me. Thank y'all for watching once again. Bye, bookish friends.